And it was a different type of performance. Liverpool had to dig in today. And as we said, it was going to be a test. You know, this Wolves team are very, very good. OK, they're recent arrivals in the Premier League, but they started great last season. They're continuing that form, and they give anybody they play a tough game.
Yeah, but it's a tough one in the Wolves dressing room tonight, the levels they've reached. Or do they just say, look, we've played such a good team who always seem to pull it off?
Would it ever be right to say that Liverpool won ugly tonight?
Yeah.
I think so. I think it's one of their... They've learned how to do it. They've had a lot of 2-1 victories, haven't they? Just narrow one-goal victories. And I think Wolves will be devastated in there. And I said earlier, I think they were going for it. I thought they were in the ascendancy. I thought they were the best team in the second half. They played the best football. I thought, when I hear Jordan saying they had chances, not too many, I thought Wolves had the better chances. And then to lose it, I think they'll be devastated, yeah. I thought they played really well.
Yeah, they can take a lot from it, if not the points.
Yeah, they can. I mean, I think they rise and rise. They go higher in everybody's expectation. You know, the more and more we see them. They've got real talented players. Traore, possibly the most improved player in the Premier League that we've seen in recent times. Jimenez is brilliant. I mean, right throughout their team, they've got a lot of quality. And they give anyone a good game. And Liverpool there have had to pull out all the stops to get a result.
But what does it say about that Liverpool team, just enhancing what you were saying before kick-off?
I think it's always been said throughout, you can win games and you can have a really good team and win games brilliantly during a season. Winning the league is what Liverpool are desperately saying. Even Michael showing his allegiance to the fans and to Liverpool, saying it's only 99.9% certain that he can't even say it's 100% certain. I can tell you it is. You're going to win the league. And that's when you have to... It's winning those games when you don't play well. I thought they looked tired tonight. There was one or two looked a bit leggy. I think one or two didn't play as well as you expect them to play. But they kept going, and when that chance falls to Firmino, his touch and his finish is just brilliant. And that's the difference between them and all the other teams at the minute.
We'll have a look at that in a moment, after we've got the thoughts of the Liverpool boss, Jurgen Klopp.
Jurgen, many congratulations. The game was every bit as difficult as you probably would have imagined.
100%. So it's... We scored a wonderful goal with a lot of good possession, a lot of good things, but the setup for Wolves is really good, I have to say. What Nuno is doing here is so different to pretty much everything what everybody is doing in Europe in football. Yes, it's about counter-attacking, but it's as well in possession. They have a proper plan for possession, so it's like really using the width of the pitch. And then if you bring Traore on the ball, we spoke about it in the dressing room, we thought he's unplayable in moments. I think he only can knock himself down with, I don't know, it's really unbelievable. And then the crosses become better and better. He's involved in more and more games, so it's really, what a player. It's not only him, but of course that makes then all the difference, because the rest is pretty much to defend, but when he has the ball, then you have just to hope that the crosses doesn't find anybody. So 1.5 time, they score a goal from a counter-attack, which makes not too much sense when you're 1-0 up, but it's the situation. That's what they are strong in. We accept that. A couple of more minutes, Wolves in charge of the game, but then we could calm it down again. We had only the problem that it wasn't 100% clear what we wanted to do, obviously. Like you just saw it when Trent, such a positive, optimistic, offensive approach, so he's still searching for solutions, but we don't have the real offers anymore. We changed the system 2-3 times, and so then in these moments you have to control it. In these moments you have just to keep the ball, because they let us play until the final third. There we lost the ball, counter-attack again. So, but then, how I said, we calmed it down. We had incredible chances first half, second half, 1-1 on the goalie. I don't know how often, 3-4 times for sure, 1-1 on the goalie. And then Bobby, magic moment, Bobby Firmino, and fires the ball in the far corner, which makes sense, obviously, and the rest was a big fight and all good.
You always seem to find someone, you always seem to find a way to win. So many times this game, so many games this season you've won by a single goal. That takes great mental resolve as well, I would imagine.
Yeah, but you saw today, it's not, the boys are humans, good, because you see it's like a little bit like this. It's not we get to concede a goal and yeah, no problem. Well, there were moments when we were impressed by that, and when we had conversations or discussions on the pitch, you saw that. There's a lot, how I say always, there's so much to improve. Just the basis is so nice. And then, I said, each set piece can bring us back in the game. One pressing situation brings us back in the game. One ball we win in the right moment, because it was clear that Wolves will not, like after the goal, I don't know exactly, maybe 5-10 minutes, but they were really strong. But it was clear that it will settle again. In these moments, you have to be, until then, you have to defend. Then you have to use the size of the pitch as well. More offered constantly these runs behind. That was a little bit a problem. When Sadio, which is obviously very average, that he had to go off. Hopefully it's not too difficult or too bad, but we will see that tomorrow.
Can I just ask, what was it, a muscle tweak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's for everybody in that moment of the season, of course. So then we brought on Taki, because we switched in the game between in the defending in a 4-4-2, offensively in a 4-3-3, and so Div could have come as well, but then it's only a 4-3-3 pretty much, and so that's why I decided for Taki. He did well, but we've missed one player for the balls in behind. That was then Ox in the second half. So, and then change again in a 4-5-1, which helped them again. All these things, that was just a game. You have to find a way to win. You have to stay in the game. You have to be stable, and then you need somebody who makes a perfect decision. In this case, it was Bobby again.
Thank you, and well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, that was his fascinating explanation there, Mick, of all the different changes he was making within the game to find the way.
Yeah, he was very generous with his time, wasn't he, explaining, and I like that he's admitted he's had to change the team, he's had to change his formation. Wolves play a system that he's saying nobody else plays in and around Europe, and it's difficult to play against. He's admitting that. I don't think he admitted that the second half, I thought Wolves were the better side watching it, but I know we all see it a little bit through rose-coloured spectacles when it's our own team. And you know what? They've won the game, and he's dead right. They have to find somebody with a solution at the end of it, and it was a good solution. I can't see for the life of me why Wolves have given it away. There's not too much wrong. They've got players back, a couple of missed tackles at the edge of the box. But when it drops to the right person, they have, as he says, the solution. He was the man, Robbie Firmino.
And for the 8th time this season, they've won a game 2-1.
Yeah, I mean they can do it in any way, shape or form. That's a great thing. I mean, he spoke about changing formations. You know, he always goes with a back four. It's just little tweaks in formations, little players here or there. But the constant is he always finds a way. With that same formation, he can go and win a game 5-0. That team is good enough to go and win 5-0. But when the chips are down, they also have the resolve to win a 1-0 or a 2-1, as you say. Plenty of 2-1s this season. So not often you get teams that can do both, that can do everything, that can go to war, to have a real fight with teams. They can play expansive stuff, they can grind it out, they can do anything with the same players. It's a remarkable feat.
It is. Going back to the opening goal from Jordan Henderson,